Hello, my name is Miense and I wanted to make this video to just speak about the current state of the spiritual world and like what's happening, because I feel like I've had my head down for quite a long time, and I've been getting requests for people or from people asking me like how I do things, what is manifestation, how it is that I have gotten to this point now in terms of what I earn, which is anywhere from 45 to 55 to 60k a month. And so I just wanted to make this video to kind of, like highlight key things that helped me get to this point, and then hopefully can help you as well. So number one, right? The world is all mental. Everything that we see, this 3D world is just a reflection of the spiritual world. So when you get enough bad funk for a long time and you don't know what's going on, or you are taught that there's limitation in this world, there's no jobs, there's super high unemployment, there's the world is ending, whatever the fear mongering is, we've all seen it, and we all are like fed that all the time, especially through social media now. If you doom scroll for long enough, you might find yourself going into a negative tangent unless you do something actively to redirect that energy, right? So number one, the world is all mental. So your outlook and how you view the world shapes everything, like literally everything. It shapes the people that you meet, it shapes the people that you frequent, the people that you hang around with. Your internal world is constantly reflected in your external, as within so without, which is one of the hermetic principles. I have it tatted actually because it's so important to remember. Not to say that I'm perfect and I remember all the time, but it's like that has reframed a lot of how I think about the world and how I view the world, just because a lot of what people will do is try and convince you that the solution to any of your problems is externally to you. Oh, make more money. Oh, date this person. Move countries or whatever. And I'm not saying that any of these are not ways in which you can like force change, but if you stay the same internally and you attempt to change the 3D world, which is a result of the internal, then you're just gonna like feel the same things and go through the same things, just with that change added, and then you'll kind of have this confusion and stuff like that. So I've been reading this book. It's called Outsmarting Reality by Neuro Knowledge. I also watch a lot of his YouTube videos, and I have to give that shout out, because in terms of someone that speaks towards the mental makeup of the world that's not commonly spoken about, you know what I mean? And a lot of people are scared, honestly, about what's happening in the world and World War III, and there are so many reasons to be scared, but there are also so many reasons to have joy and to feel hopeful and to feel positive, you know what I mean? And that's not to say that everything negative is externally to you. You could have some negativity within you. We all do, in this 3D world. There's also the law of polarity, which is one of the hermetic principles where yin and yang. With every darkness there's light, with every light there's darkness. So in this 3D world, understanding that darkness and not running away from it is how you can also kind of embrace the challenge and embrace the actual change that you want, which is why people speak about meditation and stuff like that. I only recently started doing that again, but the reason meditation helps is because it makes you confront yourself, and we are not taught how to confront ourselves. If you were taught, then shout out to you. If you know how to like self-regulate in a way that's not damaging to you or anybody around you, shout out to you. That wasn't an easy thing to well, maybe it was, but usually it's not, especially if it's not taught to you. So yeah, I just wanted to speak on that as well. So number one, the world is all mental. Number two, embracing your shadow. I believe Carl Jung speaks about it. Hello. Carl Jung speaks about embracing your shadow, and the reason you need and would benefit a lot from embracing your shadow is because your shadow, or your alter ego, your spiritual negative side, if ignored, will attempt to exist in a way where it will get attention. So it's your shadow self is very attention seeking. It's very self-destructive, in that it will keep you in the same cycles if it means that it gets to exist, and gets to just chill. It has a lack mentality, in that when you try to improve your life, it will bring things forward, because now you're threatening its existence. So it'll bring things forward that will keep you where you are, keep you in the same cycles. And the way to break out of it, right? Because now it's like, oh, how do you break out of it? Again, I'm a repeat, I'm not perfect. But one of the methods in which to break out of it is awareness. If you have aggressive awareness about what is going on internally, then you can have a lot deeper of an understanding as to why things are happening externally to you, why things are not happening for you, why maybe you feel like the world is against you. And the world isn't against you, you're against yourself. And I know that sounds crazy. I know it sounds like accusatory, I guess is the word. But the truth of the matter is that, like, it's all you at the end of the day. So now remember your outlook. So you can have the outlook of, oh, if everything is my fault, then that can be a bit scary for some people. But when I realized that everything is my fault, I felt so much freedom in knowing that everything that is happening, whether good or bad, is my fault, and I have an active role. I'm not a passive passenger just coasting along in life and waiting for things to happen to me. I make things happen. And another powerful technique is affirmations. So I'm not really super into the manifestation of things in the traditional sense, where it's kind of like, oh, just cross your fingers and affirm that this will happen and it will happen. So yeah, that does work, but the thing with just kind of crossing your fingers and affirming and hoping and not really doing anything else other than that is that when the world doesn't immediately show you that your affirmation is real, then you might get stuck into a cycle of but I'm doing what I'm supposed to do and nothing is changing. And so the thing with affirmations and the thing with manifestation is that it's internally shifting to a degree where you're no longer emotionally dependent on seeing reality change, and that is not easy. The reason that is not easy is because we learn all these things that should make us feel better and that should help us in terms of feeling like life is going well, and there are all these physical things that we've been taught or more indoctrinated into believing that once I have this, then I will be X, I will be happy, I will feel successful, I will, whatever the case may be. And then the truth is, if you're someone that has achieved anything that you've wanted to achieve, then, and I'm pretty sure you have, then you know what that feels like. And it's not necessarily this big kaboom, big bang moment of awesome sauce and you know what I mean? It's a lot of the time, and I'm just projecting, right? Your experience is your own, but a lot of the time it's a very calm and just, it is what it is, and that's what manifestation actually is. When your desire and your goal is, it is what it is, then the world has no choice but to give it to you, because now your identity is of someone where that is normal. So let's say you want to get to 20k a month, 30k a month, for insert number here. You want to get to X amount per month. Maybe you make half of that, maybe you make zero of that, whatever the case may be, just as an example, right? If you are not the type of person where that is normal, then the world will not be able to prove it to you, because you're persisting in this kind of false ideology, and affirming the reason it doesn't work in that sense when you're like, ugh, it's not, and that franticness is because that energy, it perpetuates lack, right? So switching from a lack mindset to an abundance mindset, and it's not necessarily good or bad, because beyond this plane of existence, good or bad don't even exist. It's just things that like are helpful to recognize, so that when you do step into that identity of the person that has X thing, whether that's the money or a partner or a car or a house or a plane or a boat or whatever, if your desire is emotionally charged positively or negatively, then what you are doing in the spiritual world is you are reaffirming that there is a separation between you and your desired outcome. I hope that makes sense. But the reason it's important to have awareness of that separation is so that you can, within your robotic affirming or within your internal shift, right, you can be very intentional about, number one, what it is that you want. So one affirmation that I've been doing kind of for years is that I always get what I want. I always, I always get what I want. And this came from a place of not getting what I wanted, and like being confused and angry and like resentful to the 3D. So whether that's, my family, people around me or whatever, but I would always have this like resentment because I know what I want and I'm not getting that, and therefore something externally to me is the problem. And the reason I affirm I always get what I want, it is because it forces me to be intentional about what I want. You've gotten something that you've wanted before, right? And then have you ever realized that the reality of getting that thing is not the same as the thought that you had when you were like, this is what I want? And if you've experienced that, then you know what I'm talking about, where now that I'm like, cool, I get whatever I want, I get everything that I want, right? It puts the onus of responsibility on me to actually understand what it is that I want. Because if I don't understand what I want and I get it and it's worse than I could have ever imagined, then from what I've seen is that I've ended up in situations that I had no business being in. I was around people I had no business being around. I was doing things I had no business doing because I believed that that's what I wanted, and there was a part of me that did, and there's a part of me that's grateful because I wouldn't kind of know the opposite end of the spectrum now, where it's like I know that I get everything that I want, so I need to be super intentional about what it is that I want, because the understanding the reality of it before it shows itself in the 3D can protect me from so many things, and can actually mean that I don't want those things anymore. And a lot of the time as well in this world, because our phones are listening to us all the time, and like our spiritual energy is kind of being harnessed, you should ask yourself who benefits from you feeling depressed, who benefits from you feeling hopeless, who benefits, I'm not gonna say it though, but like it's a good thought experiment. But so just on the tangent of affirmations, it's like the reality that you want externally to you begins internally. I promise you. And maybe that sounds basic or whatever, but it's not as easy as people want it to seem, because it's like now the responsibility's on you, which is scary. You know what I mean? For you to go out there and make your dreams happen, and to like see the things that you've wanted in the real world. It's kind of scary, but that's why not everybody makes it, because not everybody can get over that fear. And I feel like if you're at this point of the video, then you know, right, that it's on you, and you know that it's on you to change. Therapy is, I mean, I've gone to therapy, and shout out to everyone studying psychology and whatnot, but like even a therapist will tell you that if someone doesn't want to help themselves, then there's nothing that they can do. If there's someone in your life that says that they want help, but they're not willing to help themselves, then you know what I mean. There's only a certain limit as to what you can do for them, and even for yourself. You know, this 3D world is the world of limitation. It's all limits. All we get taught every single day is that there's limits, and we have to subscribe to, you know, what is normal, and, you know, conform to what we've been taught and stuff like that in order to survive, when in reality, like, nobody's free anymore. You know what I mean? Even the people that look free aren't free. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's just my 2 cents on this. So what I want to do now is state my intention in this video. My intention is for you to feel hope. You know what I mean? My intention is for you to feel joy. My intention is for you to feel the positive things that this world has already given you. You know what I mean? And gratitude is low-key at the root of a lot of blessings that happen in your own life. Because if you remember how I was speaking about identity before, if you have a desire and it's external to you and you don't have it within yourself, and you are on top of that not grateful for whatever you have right now, then it will also perpetuate the cycle, unfortunately, right? And it doesn't have to be this grand gratitude of like, oh, I have insert X physical thing. It's literally, oh, I woke up today. Oh, I have a physical body. Oh, I have eyes, I can see. I have ears, I can hear. I have a mouth, I can speak. You know, and the reason I bring it to these like small basic things is because that energy is extremely real, and it doesn't have to be this big thing externally to you for that energy to resonate within the spiritual world, and for the universe to give you back more things to be grateful for, because you're already grateful. If you know someone that's like maybe, I don't know, like spoiled, right, and they're just never grateful for anything, even though they have all the physical things that maybe you as an external observer would want, they are like miserable. And it doesn't matter what they have, it doesn't matter like the physical things, it all starts from the internal. So I don't know if I'm gonna keep posting like consistently. I think that it's important that I do, just because I feel like, you know, this information is pretty beneficial, bro. Like, it helps me. I'm hoping it helps you. And yeah, I mean, if you got any takeaways from this video, awesome. If you didn't, I'm sorry. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, night, morning, evening, and I'll see you in the next one. Cool. Bye-bye.